Yo, what up, what up, what up?
How you doing?
I'm doing good. How are you?
I can't complain.
Thank you to all of you guys who are watching. We are ready for another episode of EW's Songwriters Camp. Today's guest is none other than Duckwrth. What is up? What is going on?
Gentlemen, I had to put chapstick on too. You said that.
Yeah, I was like, I can't be on here.
Yeah,
Actually, I
yeah,
can't.
that sounds good too.
I can't. So you have, before we start, I'm gonna say my cousin Sophia is a big fan and she's watching this, so I had to give her a little shout out because she's like geeked that I'm doing this.
Yeah.
But also you have a show in LA tonight at the
Yes.
Roxy. How does it feel to be playing in your hometown?
I love it. I love it. One, I love seeing my hometown turned up and everything. Like, that's amazing. LA don't move. So LA, we did a show last night and LA moved and it hit my heart. So I'm excited.
Exciting. And is this like selling the Roxy out? Was that on your bucket list? Like, is that a dream come true?
I think having a sold out headline tour was more so on my bucket list. I think just the goal was to make LA move. It don't matter where it's at. Just make them move.
Facts. And then you have another show, the 16th at Paisley Park.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
That's bucket list.
Crazy.
At Prince's Estate. That's like, yeah. That's
how did that end up, like, how does that happen?
I don't know. Booking agents, they just came back. You performing at Paisley Park, and I was like, thank you, Jesus. So
that's amazing. And then the last tour thing that you have going on, you're going on tour with Billy Eilish top of next year?
March.
That's crazy. Did you get a call from Billy? Like, what's going on with that?
We've been cool since like 2017, 18, around that time. And no, like, she's just cool. She's like good people and stuff. So I mean, it's a blessing to like still, be like considered and, just to be in the circle and everything. So yeah, it's like they hit me. I was like, of course I'm coming.
Absolutely. So you just dropped, are we calling it an album? Are we calling it an EP? What is the title on that? Is it an EP? Is it an album?
It's for me, it was an EP, but it's giving an album. So
no, I thought it was an album too. You dropped SG8 last Friday.
Yeah.
What does that feel like to have a project out? Because your last project dropped like in the middle of the pandemic, like last summer, right?
I mean, that's why I love SG8, because it's kind of like I didn't get to speak too much on the just the condition of the world, the state of the world, and like just feelings with myself, feelings with other people, going like acclimating back into the world and stuff. So I wanted to have a project that kind of stamps this time. But in a comfortable way, not in like a weird, like preachy way or nothing. Just more so like just speaking on feelings right now, but like still trying to like be ratchet out here and everything. But like
yeah.
Like, I'm scared right now. Like no, I'm good. So that's kind of what SG8 is about.
Yeah, there's I really dig We Outside in slow motion. There's a lyric on We Outside where you're like, not stress and anxiety is the only thing I plan on. Yeah. I felt that because the anxiety that I have now was not not what I was feeling like last year. It's a whole different kind of a situation. So thank you for shedding light onto like how so many of us are feeling post pandemic and having to be outside and having to deal with just your body and other people and other people's energy.
Exactly. No, I mean, I feel happy to even be able to narrate just the feelings right now. I feel like it's important. I was writing something else.
For sure.
Like, it wasn't touching. It wasn't really hitting. So I was definitely challenged by the people around me to be like.
And I guess, how did you know it wasn't touching? Were you sending it to other people, or did you just feel like, yo, this is not it? It's not it.
I played it to my partner. I played it to my manager, and they were all like, "There's no depth to this. Like, where's the meat? Like, you just got all these different things on the plate, all these different foods, but it's like it's no seasoning. This is bland." So it's just like it's cute that you can make a dish, but it's just like where the flavor at. So it's just like that was pushing me to just go deeper into myself, like really reflect on like what's happening in my like inner feelings and things. So like them pushing me helped me to like be a better writer for this project.
And when you're writing, are you writing like pen to paper? Are you writing in your iPhone? Like, what is the, I guess, creative process when it comes to putting a song together? What does that look like?
I guess, I like being in the studio, really. Like, I sometimes can write ahead of time, but like I like being challenged, like being in the moment with the producer, with other musicians, and sometimes with other random people that just be in the studio for no damn reason, but like getting their immediate like reaction, response, opinion on things, it really helps. Like, all right, cool, like this is the one that's gonna cut through versus like that's not gonna, let's just go to the next idea. But
Mm-hmm.
it's just being like, it's like the synergy, and it's like it's the connection with different people at the same time. It like for me, it helps me write.
And how long is it taking you to come up with songs? Like I've heard of different artists being able to knock things out in a couple of hours, or artists who start a song, come back to the song, come back, leave it. What is your, I guess, the time of that like?
Yeah. I mean, it varies. Some songs I can write in the night. Some songs it's gonna take like a little bit. Like sometimes like we'll have like a whole song written, but like the bridge totally sucks, or like just one of the progressions is just not really hitting, or like it needs more background vocals. So I like to get as much done as possible within the first session, and then just like send it off to like my homie like Barney Bones, who like writes for me, and I'm just like, bro, like we need to elevate this moment, like help me come in and just like rewrite this, or like or bring some other like vocalists in, like musicians in, and be like, yeah, this part needs to like get thicker. Like let's figure out how to do it, you know.
And you were part of like Issa Rae's Insecure songwriting camp. What was that? What was that like? Because that was, when did that happen?
That was like 2 months ago, I believe. And yeah, no, it was amazing. I mean, like it was coming out of COVID, so it was like I was a little bit nervous to be around so many humans at the same damn time. But it was tight. Like it was like it was a kind of like a backdoor to the Matrix. All the people that you've been wanting to work with, you know, saying who you've been like a fan of, like they're all there. So it was kind of like the same thing. I was in Atlanta during the Dreamville camp. I only was there for like a day, but like I noticed the humbleness that everybody had. Like there was no egos. Like you can be in the same room with like DJ Khaled and like Jid and like Swiss Beats and like everybody kicking it. You know, so it was like same type of energy there in the Insecure like writing camps. Like everybody's there to just like create and make the best product. And for me, like what I got from it, like we wrote a couple of songs, but what I got from it that was most beneficial was the connections to different producers, to different artists, to different writers. So I just like, so I met with this one cat named Wave IQ, who's like an amazing producer, and like he really pushed me as well. Like he just had like all the right sounds that I needed to like just like push me to like get into my bag and make some actual like good songs.
Yeah. And
Yeah.
I guess like, going forward, now that you finished this project, are there any producers or artists that you really, really want to get, you know, to make music with going forward? Or do you feel like you have your group of people that you vibe with the most, and y'all make like amazing, dope shit together?
Yeah, I mean, it's a couple folks for sure. Like, I definitely love collaborating with my family and stuff. Outside of that, though, it'll be like a Neptune. So, like, I
Hmm.
love to like have Tyler produce a track
Yeah.
or something like that. Him as producer is extraordinary. K Trinata and stuff. Just like the folks who make sense, you know, like who people have been expecting me to work with, to just like not lock those in and
Yeah,
just
for sure,
work
for
from
sure.
there.
Let's get into the album. Let's get into the album. Number one, 4K. I think the video is really beautiful. It kind of exists as almost like it's kind of like everyone in the pandemic was going to like Tulum and like random ass places, and it looks like what everyone's IG story looked like. What,
Literally,
legit,
literally.
when was this shot? You know, who directed it? Walk me through the process of like not only making the video, but also like making that song.
Uh-huh. Hold on real quick. Just Connie. She's trying to figure out what to eat. Yeah, so that was from the whole idea came from just pretty much people leaving, like wanting to leave um, during the pandemic, and like, everybody was going like to Tulum and Hawaii. And like me and my partner went to Hawaii on my birthday, and like just had like a crazy time. And I was like, cool. Like within one of the many different stories and aspects of COVID. One of them being escapism. It's just like this is such an important part that I need to write about in the project. And like you know, this is the part where it's just like, all right, we like you know, it's been heavy COVID. Now everybody get to like you know leave and just like you know like go crazy. It's kind of like a break from like everything and just kind of turn off all your worries and concerns and just like be in vacation mode. So that's why I wanted the video. I mean, that's what I wanted the song to sound like, and
Mm-hmm.
then I wanted the video to like pretty much look the same. So we were looking at different islands to go to that would be like just a movie. And like I remember seeing these like pink river or pink lakes that were in like South Asia and like Australia, but it's just like too far out and everything. So we're trying to find something Well, no, it was pink. It was Pink Lakes at first. Let me handle this damn thing. Jesus. Anyway, it was Pink Lakes at first, and we were trying to find something that's like a little bit more cost effective. So my manager found Pink Sands in the Bahamas. She want her pub. So Pink Sands in the Bahamas. And it was like, all right, cool. Like, let's see if we can do the Bahamas. And we just had to find like the right director who was like willing to like, make this happen in a short amount of time. So we've been working with the homie Grizzly for a minute. And like he's just like he's with it. He just like as soon as we have an idea, like he started working on it yesterday, and he's quick with it. So that plus my homie Barney Bones, who I write with all the time. Like I said, he wrote the last video. So I was like, all right, cool. Like let's just figure out how to make this like come to life. And then like I had this whole idea of just like putting everything on camera. So just like one of the main ways I see people put stuff on camera is like through film and everything. So I was like, all right, like what if me and like my love interest like playing like these actors and actresses, and it's just like we have the disgruntled director who just cannot get intimacy, like tap into like that part of my role. So that was played by Barney Bones, and then from there it's just like we like leave and go to lunch, and like we actually find like that like connection between each other, me and the love interest, and then they come out of nowhere and they capture the whole thing. So yeah, like I said, it's it being super fun, but still like tying it into just like COVID escapism, pretty much.
Is it hard to shoot videos now in COVID, now that there are so many different restrictions and that kind of a thing? Or have you figured out like, yeah, this is how we're gonna do it, small crew, small whatever? Like what is that, I guess, process like now that, there's so many different restrictions and all that kind of stuff?
I mean, I think we've gotten accustomed to having small crews since shooting in COVID. So it's like I feel like we can get much more done with a little amount of people, and it's not the easiest. Like we didn't have a producer particularly for this video on site, so it's like it's a lot of things that certain people had to have multiple hands, multiple roles and stuff. It would have been easier having a producer on site, but in the same sense, we got it done. There's a lot more. Just like it was moments where we were stressed. We were just like, bro, like we need to make this happen with this amount of time, and the sun is already going down. Like it gets stressful, but you figure it out, you make it happen.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Are you working on any other videos for any other songs on the project?
We're waiting to see what song stands up. We have an idea of which one is, but then I mean, we're being surprised with other ones that are standing up right now. Like one of them being Clueless. That's people really love that song. That's like one of the most introspective songs on the album, and that was a song where like I feel like I dig the deepest and really try to like tap into like the moments where I was like super anxious, and I would have to think back to when I was like younger, when I was like in my teens, like did I feel the same way, or just like damn, I wish I can go back in time and not have all these feelings and all this weight, and then questioning that like is that really the answer? So yeah, people like I said, people are really like they're really liking Clueless. So I don't know, it could be the next one. We'll see.
Did you have any apprehension about putting Clueless on the album, because it is very introspective, it is very deep?
Hell no.
And a lot of
Hell no. As soon as we was done with that one, I'm like, this it. Like I don't care what nobody said. This it. It's going on there. It just it's so like stripped down and so minimal. It doesn't require too much, but I think because it's so minimal, it allows space for like the vocals and like the feeling. Myself and Destin Conrad, who's talking about his coming up when he was younger and selling T-shirts in Miami and like shaking the dice and coming to LA and just figuring it out. Like I think those introspective moments are super important for artists to have. Like like I said, the time I was spending like writing about shallow subject matters, it had no flavor. So it just I think people really appreciate that, and they like relate to that as well.
Yeah, how did you get Destin on the track? Because I'm a huge fan of his work. Huge fan. He's amazing. Super dope.
So I met Destin at a Kehlani session like a bit ago, and then we didn't really like speak too much after that. But I saw him at the Insecure writing camps, and we just like fans of each other. He's just like, hey man, like let's get something in. And then like that was the one. It was perfect for him. And like he was like, oh yeah, immediate. And I had a session that was literally a door over at EQT upstairs from Hard Pink in downtown LA. And I was recording my parts to another song. And I'm just like, hey, where you at? And he was like, bro, I'm literally next door. I just recorded my part. So I walked over next door and listened to it, like, and I got the files and took it to the next session. So yeah, it's
amazing. So what about, mask off feelings? Like what what was going on when you put that together and then decided to put that on a project that is already so introspective and is already kind of very deep in subject matter and feeling in regards to like the pandemic, but also like love and relationships and how those things were affected by the that was going on for the past year.
I mean, and I like that song too because it's like kind of like a double entendre. I think like the first side of it is like trying to capture the feelings that people had. Like I'm sure like it wasn't just click on, click off, like click off, click on. Like all right, I've been inside for so long now I feel super safe and I'm about to just go out here and like just like act a ass. It's like I'm sure in your mind you're like, damn, like I ain't been around people in so long.
Yeah.
Like you drink so you can like let go of those thoughts, but it's just like before you get totally drunk and like you're not connected to those thoughts and feelings anymore. I wanted to capture what it's like beforehand. It's just like everybody on their face. It's just like we here having a good time, but it's just like I'm wondering what's going on in your mind. Like you're around like 400 people and like COVID numbers are still going up. Yeah. Well, at that time it was down. You know what I'm saying? But after being on survival mode a year and a half, I'm sure your feelings are very specific. And I was trying to capture my feelings as well, because like it took a minute for us to like actually go to any functions,
Yeah.
The second function that we went to, most of the homies got COVID. So
crazy.
But it's like that whole feeling of like I don't want to be safe no more.
Yeah.
So that one, and then two, the whole double entendre of if you don't have a mask on, you can catch something. So it's just like mask off, I call feelings. Like that. That's literally the second.
Yeah, I think it's a super dope double entendre. I think that a lot of people just have some of that anxiety. Like I'm in LA. I was gonna come to your show tonight. And I'm like, do I want to risk like the risk of like getting? Is it worth it? Is it not? Is that kind of figuring out how do you want to approach life, but also how do you want to get your emotions in check in that kind of situation.
Exactly. I mean, even well, if you wanted to come, everybody had either is a vax or they got a negative COVID test. So that's the only way you can get in is through those two ways and stuff. So,
I might pull up.
But we got a little open like VIP area. You know what I'm saying? It's some space.
I'll send the email. I'll send the email for sure. But also, why is this so short? Why is the project so short? It's 8 songs. Why couldn't we get like 10, 12? Why did you deprive us like that?
Because I gave y'all 16 last year. I gave y'all a full 16-track album. You know what I'm saying? Like this one is just like, I wanted to get it out. I didn't want to overthink it. I don't want to make it a story. I just wanted it out. And right now, I love minimalism. Like my merch has been super minimal. It's like 1 to 2 hits and people are loving it. So it seems like minimalism is the way.
Yeah, for sure.
And I don't know. I think attention spans, we see how it is, bro. Like 15 seconds, like TikTok, whatever, you know what I'm saying? Like short attention spans are very short. So it's like I want people to like be able to get this without feeling overwhelmed. Like
absolutely.
I feel like I sat through Donda because I'm a fan of music, but it's just if I wasn't a fan of music and or yay, like I'm not getting past like track 9.
No. Is there any plans for like a deluxe? Is that down the line, or is it just we're just gonna keep it short?
If anything, I'll drop some singles, and I'm already working on the next project. So next up will just be the next project. Like I'm not very much like a deluxe or a best of type nigga. I'm a let's get to the next one. But it's all gonna be in a realm of super good. Like I'm not gonna be leaving the world of super good for a while. So
that's dope.
That story will continue at least.
In regards to the merch that you mentioned, are you designing that yourself? Do you have a team? Like what is the process like between coming up with something and then giving it to your fans on your website for them to buy?
I design everything, and with my team we kind of like deliberate and figure out like, all right, like what's gonna be like the most digestible, what's gonna like work well in like the market and everything, and like what's ugly, what's not ugly, what's gonna be like expensive to make versus like what's gonna be cheaper, And after that, it's all right, cool, I got that, and I just go and just design it and show it to the team, and if they love it, then I love it, and we get it out there.
Because I know that last project was your first like project on a major label, right? What has been the transition between going from being an artist that was primarily independent to now an artist who like is part of a larger infrastructure? There are people who are working on your all the time. There's different deadlines you have to meet. What has that been like to go from just dropping your stuff whenever you primarily want to now being a part of a whole label, and there's a whole different kind of infrastructure?
So actually I just left the label. I'm indie again. Gone. Come
So I guess wait, hold up. So why why did you leave a label? And what does that feel? Congrats on being independent, for real. Congrats on that.
Thank you.
So why? Yeah, why? Yeah, why?
I, I wanted my master's.
Yes, yes, yes,
I think
yeah.
it's kind of important.
Hmm.
To
Absolutely.
masters, especially because like I don't know, and like there are new deals that are happening. Like my homie just got a deal, and I'm not gonna say the name of the label, but
Hmm.
it's a big one, and he kept his masters. You know, so it's like labels are understanding that just like them past deals is kind of giving slavery. So they're like finding ways to like update themselves with the new world,
Yeah,
and just people are like, they're smartening up. They figuring out that it ain't the way, and it's
yeah.
just like it's really not even labels that like labels are great for like marketing budgets and just money in general, but it's like unless you're with a TDE or like a Dreamville,
Hmm.
like it don't matter like what label you say, like people don't give
No one cares.
what the music sound like.
Yeah. Did you
So
feel? Because I have friends who make music, and I always tell them like, stay independent for as long as you can, because you can control your whatever. Did you?
mm,
I know a lot of my friends who make music. They want to sign to a label for stability. Getting
yeah.
the money for X, Y, and Z. Did you feel any kind of pressure to sign to a label initially because it provides a lot of stability and money for marketing and X, Y, Z?
Yeah, definitely that. We wanted to take it to another level. I wanted to have access to like licensing and sync and like being able to get my songs in movies and TV and stuff like that. I wanted the budget to be able to go bigger with the videos, have access, just access really.
Mm-hmm.
That's what signing with the label was. And I never did it before. So it was just like, all right, cool, let's see what this label thing is about. And like I would definitely say it was fruitful. Like I don't really have too many complaints about the labels I was with. Definitely learned a lot and stuff. And I
Mm-hmm.
feel like it was time now that we built it. So we built it in a way that we can just be on our own.
Yeah, for sure, for sure. And you were on the Space Jam soundtrack, I believe, right?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
What was that like? Congrats on that. Also, it's a big look.
Thank you. Yeah, no, that was wild. I mean, just to be a part of that legacy is like insane. It doesn't really hit me yet.
Mm-hmm.
It's probably gonna like hit me like 20 years down the road. Like my kids is like looking at Space Jam. I'm just like, oh yeah,
Mm-hmm.
that's my song. But I feel grateful to be a part of that whole world. It's really insane.
Yeah. Last question that I have. I know that you kind of talked in like your earlier music and other interviews about how you grew up in South LA and your mom was very religious and you couldn't listen to certain kind of music. How does your mom feel now that you made it like you're not in any gangs, like you have survived and you made it out? How's your relationship with your mom changed, if anything, since you've become
Yeah.
who you plan to be, I guess?
Um, I think it's more respect now.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not particularly making music about Jesus, but I feel like she understands like where I'm at. She knows my heart and
Mm-hmm.
everything, and it took a minute for that acceptance and stuff. But also when I took my mom to Paris for a show, that really was just like that solidified it.
Mm-hmm.
Parents, like they just want to see like how does it benefit you financially
Yeah,
with a little bit of flex. You know what I'm saying? You put those two together, and it's
it's
just like
crazy.
okay, we're in a good place. But I mean,
Absolutely.
further than that, I just think it took time. I had to like play her certain songs. I had to let her understand like why I'm using a certain profanity, why a certain language, because sometimes what Lauren Hill say? She said after rapping all my logic and my theories, I add a hear me like sometimes you just got to put that extra sauce on it. So like ooh, rather
Mm-hmm.
me saying it like nice and clean. So I had to just explain that to my mom and then let her know that my intentions are on point and my heart is right with this.
Yeah, for
And
sure. I'm gonna look at like one fan question that someone sent and see what they said. Someone asked when you're coming to the Netherlands again.
you said what?
Someone asked when you're going to the Netherlands again.
Oh shit. I mean, we are doing a Euro tour in January. I don't know if we're going to Netherlands. We are? Oh, I guess we're going to Netherlands. We about to announce it today.
See,
The flyer's up tomorrow. Okay, the flyer goes up tomorrow. But
there
I
we
guess we are
go.
going to Netherlands in January.
Also, someone asked, what is your advice for up and coming artists?
Uh, they say, how'd you get your hair this pink? um, yeah, go deep. Go deep. Don't spend too much time. Like, I know it's very easy, like, to go on Instagram and compare yourself or like listen to other music and be like, it's a dark hole that you don't want to like fall in. Just really go deep in your craft and like your reasoning why you want to do it. I think reasoning really helps in like how you create, you know, and your trajectory and stuff. But just overall, like, just love it. Like, if you don't love it, then don't do it. But if you love it and you feel like you want to bring something different, or maybe you want to bring something the same, it's just like, it's your intention. But just really go deep into yourself. And I feel like that's where the individuality will, like, you know, it would take shape on.
Cam the Poet said, how does an indie artist make it with a limited budget?
Find other people who are just as hungry. That really is it. You can have zero budget. If that is hungry as well and they're trying to get their there, or they just believe in what you're doing, you can get a lot done. So it's really about who's around you.
True. Tara 88B said, if you had to choose between Andre 3 Stacks or Pharrell to work with, who would you choose?
Type of question is that, Tara? I think 3. I think 3 because
I respect it.
3, like Pharrell, Neptune's, NERD gave me like my rebellious fire, and like Outkast made me want to rap. So
yeah,
I think 3. I think 3 and 3 and like 3 is a fucking whimsical creature. So like if you catch it,
crazy.
It's like catching a Mewtwo. It's like, man, I gotta work on Mewtwo. That's important. But yeah, definitely 3.
Someone said, how do you recharge when you're on the road?
Sleep. I think sleep is the best. And then like trying to actually find some type of good food, it's very hard to find good food on the road. So finding good food with some type of nutritional value and sleep. And sleep. That's the best.
I might just let you go because I think we're all, none of these are interesting. Yeah, so I'm gonna let you go, but number one, thank you for giving me your time. Thank you for putting out music for real. And congrats on selling out the Roxy. That's amazing. That's really amazing. Congrats. Thank you for everything. Yeah. Congrats on everything and everything gonna come.
Appreciate it, yo.
No problem.
SG8. Go.
Yeah, go. Type in Spotify, Duckwrth, DUCKWRTH, wherever you listen to music. Spotify, Apple Music, YouTube, SoundCloud. Run that up. You're not gonna regret it. I promise you. On God, on everything. Yes. Listen to that.
Definitely, yo. Appreciate it, man.
Peace out. Thank you.
Later.
Good.